Welcome back, survivors, to year 8 of a cynically awesome playthrough through the Kingdom Death Monster Dream Keepers campaign. Last year was our second attempt against the Smog Singers and we succeeded, but now I'm mixing it up. I could do more level 1 fights against Smog Singers, but that's too easy, and I'm worried that I'm going to fall behind in terms of resources and upgraded gear. I want to speed that up, so I'm going to attempt level 2 Smog Singers. Why the Smog Singers and not the Crimson Crocodile? Well, because the Crimson Crocodile actually fights you, and I'm worried that he might actually kill me. And I don't really want and or need anything from the Crimson Crocodile, but the Smog Singers at the Colosseum have some interesting tools that I would like for the future. And if I happen to kill the level 2 Smog Singers, I'll get 2 points of collective cognition, which will send me to my next upgrade, and I can continue to fight level 2 Smog Singers and continue to get more collective cognition up to a certain point, which means I will eventually have to fight a level 2 Crimson Crocodile, but for now, I believe the Smog Singers are a little bit easier to deal with, so I'll go for them. I could be wrong. Maybe it would be easier for me to kill the Crimson Crocodile, but I do really want the items at the Colosseum. I'll take my chances with Overwhelming Darkness, I'll take my chances with the Hunt, all for that sweet, sweet collective cognition. This year we have Naomi, who's only got Quixotic and Strength Training, and I need to remember that she broke her legs last year, so she only has a movement of 4. But beside that, she's got a nice singing cap and the new ham fluter. Ben is represented here by this white line with guitars, but full Crimson set and the guitars means that he is ready for a fight. And when he departed, thanks to the Crimson set, he got 2 bleeding tokens, which sent him to Blood Dancer 2, which says he'll have +1 strength for each of his bleeding tokens, currently 2. But while he has any bleeding tokens, he is guardless, which means that he cannot ignore hits for any reason. So, no dodging. He just has to tank it. Hopefully the Drydacanthus will save him from any possible severe injuries. Then we have Babs, the Hoarder with high courage. I'm just looking to get him his final piece of courage and see if I can't get Guardian leveled up. Then we have Sarah, the one with the Butcher's Cleaver. She's got a Rawhide set and a Founding Stone, as well as that Cleaver, just in case she for some reason loses all of her sanity, because you can only use the Cleaver for as long as you are insane. And lastly, our scout, Mike, who's got a dagger, a cloak, some folds, and a bloody cloth. But I'll have the images up on screen so that you can see what I'm working with. And if you're curious as to what I'm using, because I have these console boards, I guess you could call them, I'll put a link in the description to where I got these if you're so curious. They are a bit pricey and they do come disassembled, but all you need is some glue, some Elmer's glue. White glue is fine. It's simple enough to put together once you understand how to, and they're great. Look at the Etsy store for more details. I'm not, sponsored by them. I just enjoy these because it makes life a lot simpler. All right, that out of the way, here we are at level 2 Smog Singers. We have to make our way all the way down to encounter them. So let's just get it on. Random event says 94. Sickening mess. Survivors come upon a patch of badly damaged ground. The stone faces are cracked and debris is strewn everywhere. Piles of toxic smelling dung and half-digested viscera litter the area. The survivors approach, but survivors with squeamish disorder refuse to go any closer. None of us are squeamish. Insane survivors consume what they find and make themselves sick. They gain -1 strength token. Sane survivors stop to investigate the mess. Each gains +1 courage, rolls 1d10, and adds their understanding. Well, I think we're all insane. So that means everyone's getting -1 strength token, which actually will make this difficult. Just a little bit. Not the worst thing in the world, but I could have done without that -1 strength. Next up is Naomi. Trail of Rinds. You notice a trail of tough, hollowed out rinds. The event revealed has to follow or ignore the trail. If any survivor has binge eating or is a gourmandist, they sway the choice. Follow the trail. Yeah, let's just ignore that. We're already at maximum survival. We don't need any more. Next up after that is Babs. Sudden silence. A ravine opens before the survivors. The ever-present chorus of insects and motes of song are suddenly inaudible. If a survivor has 3+ understanding, they insist on a different route. End this event. Otherwise, a random survivor rolls 1d10. If they are deaf, -5 to their roll. I don't think anyone has understanding. Babs just has the maximum courage. Naomi has 1, nothing, nothing. Babs technically has 1, nothing, nothing. Great. So, random survivor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. I got it in my head. 1, 2. That's Naomi. Okay. Naomi. She does have a once per lifetime reroll. So, hopefully you do not die. 6. With each step, your body slows down. Prevail or gain -2 strength tokens. What does prevail mean? Survivors may find themselves in a predicament requiring a dangerous choice. Spend all your survival, at least 1, or suffer the consequences. I'll take it. I'll take those odds. Because I want her survival for 2 reasons. 1, survival is that should be good enough reason right there. She's at maximum survival of 6. But 2, we have to go through overwhelming darkness. And there's a result in overwhelming darkness that also says spend all your survival, at least 1, otherwise you're dead. Next up, Babs. "25. Titans in the dark. An ear-splitting bellow marks the passing of a truly titanic beast. All non-death survivors suffer monster-level brain event damage. The survivors cower on the ground, lying as flat as possible, hoping they are simply too small to be worth eating. Each survivor's roll 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor is a straggler. If any survivor has noisy gear, -2 to their roll. Each straggler rolls 1d10. Okay, well, Babs has corporalia and is considered noisy. So, -2 to his roll. But otherwise, let's go. Naomi, 10, great. Ben, 8, cool. Babs, 1, -2, 1 again. Sarah, 8, and Mike, 9. Look at that. Babs, you are the straggler and must roll 1d10. Babs doesn't have his once per lifetime reroll, so I better not screw this one up. A 3. Something snatches you in its great maw and chews you for 1 event damage to 1d5 random hit locations. 1 hit location, 1 event damage to your waist. That's survivable. Sarah finds the breached mud whale. The survivors squelch up a slimy mound. If anyone is wearing heavy armor, they sink ankle deep in the soggy terrain as they plod along. With a sudden quake, the mound disappears from beneath their feet in a muddy splash. The survivors crash down with a thud. Archive all fragile gear. No, I don't think anyone has anything heavy. Otherwise, at the top, a vista opens before them. It is ribboned with curls of vivid smog that gently swirl together, creating colors the survivors have never seen. All survivors gain +1 survival. If they are at the settlement limit, they gain +1 strength token instead. And in addition, reroll 1 random hunt event. 23. Let us see here. I think I can just remove the tokens that don't apply. Naomi removes 1 token. Ben at maximum removes 1 token. Babs at maximum removes 1 token. Sarah at maximum removes 1 token. Mike, unfortunately, is not at maximum, but will get to maximum now. So, alright, we managed to remove the problem we gave ourselves. So, I will take it. 23. Clean water. The survivors pass a forlorn fountain in the shape of a lion's face. A stream of crystal clear water flows from its mouth. each survivor consumes the water, getting +1 survival and +1 courage. Any number of survivors douse their heads in the water and roll 1d10. Okay. Well, we only want to douse our heads in water if we have disorders and want to pray to lose one of them. Otherwise, there's really no reason to do it. So, Babs, being the only one with disorders, will try and remove one of them. 4. Your hair is wet. Congratulations. Thanks. But that's Babs' final thing of courage. I was expecting to get it in the settlement phase, but I guess I'll take it during the hunt phase. When you reach maximum courage, you see the truth. The greatest courage is achieved when the past and future are abandoned. The void that remains is a dark, endless well of strength. Fear and pain are your nourishment, and you will feast. You suddenly recall meeting a strange masked man who, for a moment, opened your second eyelids. What you saw filled your mouth with a taste of your own death. Suffer the blind, severe head injury, and taste death. If you are already blind, do not suffer it again. Really now? So now Babs is blind. Is he super blind or just kind of blind? Blind. The severe injury says, lose an eye. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy. This injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. A survivor with 2 blind severe injuries suffers -4 permanent accuracy and retires at the end of the next showdown or settlement phase, having lost all sight. Gain 1 bleeding token. So, -1 permanent accuracy and +1 bleeding token. He's in dangerous territory. Babs is also anemic, which means he only needs 4 bleeding tokens to die. So let's play a little safe now. How about that, huh? But he still needs to see the truth. How does your death taste? 6. Bitter. When your eyelids open, everything looked the same. There was no wonder, no mystery. Death was simply everywhere. A bitter flavor filled your mouth as you accept your harsh reality. Gain the Berserker fighting art and the following ability. Bitter Frenzy. Each showdown, the first time you suffer the frenzy brain trauma, gain D10 survival. You may spend survival while frenzied. That's not bad. Frenzy's cool in the sense that, you get +1 speed, +1 strength, but it does remove your ability to use fighting arts and spend survival. This removes half of that impairment. That's still allowing you to spend survival, meaning you're still a force to be reckoned with. Not bad. But the Berserker fighting art is probably just going to amount to Lumi. We'll just go up the stairs. There is a possible way to, instead of getting Lumi, you get the actual fighting art, but that's harder to do. Don't want to do that. Just give me the Lumi. Let's go. This is my roll on Vaultless. You scramble up, blah, 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 blah. Gain +1 Lumi. Amazing. What do you know? Okay, not bad. But now we're at Overwhelming Darkness. All survivors must determine their path and walk them simultaneously. Insane survivors walk the path of the insane. Survivors with 3+ courage walk the path of the brave. If no other path applies, walk the path of the doomed. This is where I can be really messed up. Let us see. So, Naomi, you are insane and not brave. And there it is. You feel safe and welcome within the darkness. Spend all your survival, at least 1, to shake yourself from the delusion or wander the darkness forever. Dead. Yeah, we spend the survival. That's what we gotta do. Putting you all the way back down to 0. Thankfully, she has the hand fluter and she has stone noses, so she can continue to get survival back. She's not hopelessly lost just yet. Next, we have Ben. A 6. You shriek and lash out. All survivors suffer 1 event damage to a random hit location. I think we'll do this one at a time. So Naomi takes 1 to the waist. Okay. Does it say all other survivors? All survivors suffer 1 of it. Yeah, all of them. So even you. Ben, 1 to your head. Not good. Babs, 1 to your head. Great. Sarah, 1 to your waist. And Mike, 1 to your waist. Where you actually have armor. Not bad. Okay. Then we have Babs, who's brave. 5. A massive whale swims overhead. Your guts quiver with its booming cries. You vomit in fear but keep a brave face. Gain -1 evasion token. After this event, all other survivors gain +1 survival for your bold display. I'll just keep that out now because it doesn't matter. Then we have Sarah. 5. Shrieking Lash Out, 1 event damage to survivors. Great. Left to right, Naomi, hands. Ben, legs. Babs, chest. Sarah, chest. And Mike, legs. Where you do not have armor. Light injury. Great. And lastly, Mike is insane as well. Please be something good, not more hits. A 10. The crab spider you've been traveling with stops to eat a few hissing magnets. You decide you can't leave your friend behind. Gain the crab spider vermin resource. Cool. Crab spider is a hide consumable resource. If you consume it, you gain +3 survival. So cool. Neat. Neat, neat, neat. We survived. None too worse for wear. So, 1 more hunt event, and we are out of here. 30. Rotten faces. The stone faces start to give under the survivor's feet. They are bloated and smell terrible. Each survivor rolls 1d10. Oh, I'm getting all the bad ones. Not even a good one. Not a single good one. Naomi. 7. You escape without incident. Ben. 6. Escape without incident. Babs. Mired, you struggle to break free. Roll again on this table or spend 1 survival to escape. I will spend 1 survival, yes please. Sarah. 5. Spend 1 survival to escape or roll again. I will spend 1 survival. And Mike. 6. No incident. Okay. Not the worst thing in the world. And that will have us start the encounter. This is not going to be a walk in the park. The level 2 Smog Singers have 5 more cards of health, meaning they go from 13 to 18 hit points. But let me set this up and we will begin. Alright, here we are, level 2 Smog Singers. What will you do? You have the first turn, and Babs here is our monster controller. Not that it typically matters. Momentary rest. Pick target, closest threat. Okay. Intimidate the target. The monster turns to face the target and covers its own mouth, extending a hand in silence. Your head feels lighter. You gain +1 survival and add 1 armor to the head hit location. You realize the silence is painful for the monster and gain a guilt token. I'll take that though. That puts me back up to maximum. I also gave out all of my on arrival bonuses, so we're in a good spot so far. But turn to face, closest threat, cool. Turn to face, closest threat is you. +1 survival, +1 head hit location. Thank you, thank you. But 1 guilt token. No thanks. Then you, closest threat becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess it's the scout. So 1 to the head hit location, 1 survival, you're at maximum, and 1 guilt. Okay, not bad. That means it's our turn to wail on you. You're gonna die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't really get anywhere special, but I guess that's not super important right now. Just want to spread out a little bit. So we'll have Ben go in. Bloodghast Guitars say 4 dice on 6s, no accuracy. 1, 2. Let's see. This one will cause me bash and knockback, so let's go for the downy cheek first. So my strength with all the modifiers, we have 4, 5, +1, -1. And thanks to my Blood Dancer, it's plus more for each my bleeding tokens. That's 2. 7 versus 9. 2s. A 10. Critical wound. Let me move the AI first. Wound. The monster crumples. With a wheeze, it suffers knockback 4 and is knocked down. All other survivors gain a guilt token. You may pursue. I will. So, hold on. Let me just make sure I get everything right. 1 guilt token for you for wounding, and then all other survivors gain a guilt token. Okay. We're already spreading guilt around pretty freely here. So this is now gone. I pursue, which allows me to move and draw a new hit location. So now, a cool thing to note, monsters knocked down. This will cancel all reactions. So this reaction that I was scared of previously, I'm no longer scared of. I can just roll on this. Get a 4, I wound, health go down, ignore the reaction, and move on. Loving Eye. If you have 7+ guilt token, I do not. So I just roll. A 1, that's a failure. Alright, let's not be greedy. That's fine. Fine, I'll do it. But now, that means a few things here, which is going to be great for us. When a monster is knocked down, when you attack it, you hit it on 3s. This has nothing to do with accuracy modifiers or evasion or otherwise. It is you hit on 3s. And, as I just showed, when a monster is knocked down, you cancel all reactions. So we can wail on this guy, and wail we shall. Surge. Do it again. Bloodglass Guitars on 3s. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't care which one I do because I ignore all these top reactions. Things that are not reactions, I still have to follow. But this is just flavor text. This one doesn't actually say anything. So let's just go left to right. Downy Gut Holding Hand. Wound. Soft Back Press. Wound. Fleshy Armpit. Crit. Crits are not reactions, they are critical wounds. Flesh and Viscera fly through the air. The monster wails a song of lamentation. Gain 1 random monster resource. Full move all Smog Singers away from you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your movement? 7. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Random resource. Pink flesh. Cute. But the question becomes, when a monster is knocked down and is forced to move like that, do they get up? When a monster is knocked down, attack rolls hit on 3s in place of normal accuracy. Cancel all reactions, including reactions that might be helpful. This does not cancel critical wound effects since they're not reactions. If the monster is knocked down during a flow, cancel all remaining actions. A knockdown monster stands when it draws an AI card, a trap is played, or at the start of the next turn. Monsters or survivors. Doesn't sound like you get up, fool. You stay down there. So, floating back ribs. 8. A wound. Oh my god, this is such a bloodbath. I have 7 guilt tokens on me. But Blood Dancer 2 says when you wound a monster while guardless, which I was because I have bleeding tokens at all, I need 6 in order to actually make Blood Dancer 2 into Blood Dancer 3. That means it upgrades. We get Blood Dancer 3, which states you simply get +1 strength for all your bleeding tokens. Doesn't say you're guardless anymore, so I am no longer guardless. I can now dodge, thankfully. So the negative aspect of that knowledge has now been alleviated, and I'm just getting the benefits. So that's him done. We're in prime position now. Who wants to go next? Who wants to do anything cool? And thankfully, we don't have to go into this smog incense, which could knock us down if we walked into it. Don't need to do it. We're cool. Who's next? Let's go for Naomi. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your legs are weak. Ham Fluter, speed of 2. We ignore accuracy. So this will be on 3s. 2 hits. And Ham Fluter says, while you swing, get +1 survival and +1 insanity when you attack. I do have a blue and red affinity. We're good. 2 hits. Flat nose. 7th breast. Still gotta find out where it is. Let's go for flat nose. So my strength, all things considered, 3, 4, 5, 6 for crocodile eyes. All the tokens end up being -1, so it's 5s again. So 50-50, 5. 6, wound. 7th breast. 6, wound. 2 guilt tokens. Sounds good to me. Next up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let me get the big hitters out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sarah. Now, she does have -1 accuracy, but doesn't matter. You're knocked down. You're not going to get up again, because I'm going to keep you down and hit you with the Bloody Cleaver. 2 hits. 6 crossed arms and Singing Kidney. Don't care about your reactions. My strength is 5, innate strength of 2, +1 -1, 7s to 9, so that's 2s. Wound. Guilt token. Removed. Singing Kidney. 2s, that's still good enough. Wound. Guilt token. I could surge, and I think I will. Spend it, surge it. 3s. 2 more hits. 1, 2. First strike. The monster attempts to communicate with you. It turns to face you and pain spews from its mouth. Suffer 2 vibration damage. Okay, that will just suffer damage. I'll spread that around to my head and to my hands. I still have to resolve that one first. Not that it's really going to matter. Nothing breaks thanks to the vibration damage. Everything else is cool. Math is all still the same. 2s. 5. So that's 1 gone. 1 guilt. I'm really setting myself up to just explode from emotional breakdown. Downy throat. 4. That's a wound. That's a guilt. That's gone. Okay. I am getting into dangerous territory. I'm concerned that if I activate again and attack, I could potentially... Ooh. Well, no, that's not going to matter. Well, actually, here's the thing. Okay. Here's an idea. So, I can keep going in and wailing. I can probably still keep wounding. I'm going to draw that trap eventually. If I draw the trap while, say, this character is here, and everyone else is around, these guys are going to take a lot of punishment because they have high guilt. I don't want that. So, to prevent this, I will dash. You get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that you are out of 1, 2, 3 range of emotional breakdown here. You will also dash to bring you out of that range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. No, that doesn't get you out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That gets you out, right? 1, 1, 2, 3. No, it does not get you out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. We go that way. You have 3 guilt on you. Do you want to? Well, here's what I'm going to do. We'll have you surge. Down to 2 survival. Removing your surge. Hamfluter. When you attack, you get +1 survival. Boink. +1 insanity. Boink. 3s. That's 1 hit. 1 hit. Downy belly. You strike the monster before it has a chance to harden its intestines with air. If you're attacking with a heavy weapon, no. No. Doesn't matter. So roll it. 5s. 4. I don't wound. That's okay. I will dash to get out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm out of emotional breakdown range. Cool. Great. So now I will have the scout go in. 1, 2, 3. Scout. Bloodglass dagger. 3 hits. 1. There it is. Yeah, got him. Okay. So what's going to happen here? Emotional breakdown. The scouts will get a guilt token, putting them to 3, and then we resolve emotional breakdown. At 3 tokens, the melee descends like a staring curtain over your body and your feet blaze into action. Full move away from the monster and suffer 2 brain damage. A full move is simply a 1, 2, 3. Could have you go back in. You know, there's really nothing saying that I can't, but the trap was drawn. You stand back up. Though I don't know in what direction. I guess in all fairness, it would just be direction of the person who attacked. Let's not try and cheese this. But now, we're in a different spot. So, who wants to go in? Basically, I only have the options of the scout again and Babs. Well, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do it this way. I would come and dash behind, but I don't want to be in range of this guy because he might come in, do something. He might turn around, do something. I just want to spread things out, and him being all the way over here is fine for me. Lantern sword, 5s on 5s. No hits. We surge. 2 hits. I'm always looking out for 1s on the Lantern Sword because it is early iron. If I ever roll a 1 during the attack, I cancel the entire attack. I don't have a means to get rid of that effect yet. 1, 2. Impervious and super dense, you say? Well, that means I can't do anything to that. So, Loving Eye. My strength is 3, innate 4, plus minus. So I'm looking for 5s, but I'm sharp, so I get to roll 2 dice, with the white being the primary. White being primary, that is 19 plus my 4s, 13, 23. Yeah, I think I wound you. Take a wound, take a guilt. This, I don't think I can do anything to. 8. Reflex. Impervious means I can't wound it unless I roll a crit, but even then, it doesn't mean that I wound it, it just means that I resolve the critical wound effect. That didn't happen, so the reflex. Air whistles as the monster inhales. Its gut expands rapidly with pressurized air, making it nigh invulnerable. If adjacent, you suffer bash and knockback 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are so impressed, you gain +1 insanity. Oh, okay, you're off in the distance. Last up, we could have the scout go back in. Don't know if I necessarily want that. Considering the scout would be wounding on, let's see, strength of 3 plus a 1 for 4. It'd be 5 ups. Nah, let's leave the other guys to that. So, end of the survivor turn. Everyone gets their survival actions back. And the Smog Singers can finally have a go again. How much health do you have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Ridiculous. Plea for life. Yeah, I bet. Closest threat. Well, here, let's just resolve this one. Super easy. The monster turns to face its target. It extends its arms across its rotund gut, offering its empty hand and lowering its head. Deep down, you feel remorseful. If you have weapon in your gear grid, get a guilt token and roll 1d10. If the result is less than or equal to your guilt tokens, you question your motive. Select your favorite weapon to be disarmed. Now, I could do that. I do have 4, which means I would get 5. So, here's what I'm going to do. There's a window of opportunity here between picking the target and executing the action. During that window, I can spend survival. So I'm going to. And what I do is I spend 1 survival and surge. If I'm going to disarm myself, I might as well get some hits in before I go. Unfortunately, now thanks to all of the nonsense, I do have to account for accuracy and evasion, so my initial accuracy of 5 becomes 6. But I can try. 2 hits. We get Velvet Back, Smoggy Liver. The monster attempts to communicate with you. It turns to face you and spews from its mouth. Suffer 2 vibration damage. Okay, that'll be my foot and my head. Actually, let's not do the head. Let's do my hands. But otherwise, strength of 5, 6, 7, 2's the wound. 2, wound. Blank. Guilt token. Put him here at 5. Smoggy liver. 6, wound. Reflex. Full move the monster towards the attacker. If adjacent, colorful smog pours into your mouth. A rush of emotions leaves you blushing. Gain +1 to sanity as you begin to sing. Flip your song card face up. A Song of Speed. When this is turned face up, remove all your guilt tokens. Hello, hello, I'm at 0. Your body moves before you can think. You must spend your movement before your action and move as many spaces as possible without passing over the same space twice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Because what happens then is then we continue through this. You gain 1 guilt token and you roll. I don't disarm myself. Not bad. Very cool, actually. This one, closest threat, probably the scout. It says intimidate target. Turn to face the target. It extends its arm. Deep down you feel remorseful. If you have a weapon. Oh, it just does that from that distance? That's kind of garbage. Okay, fine. I gain a guilt token from all the way over there, and I roll. I roll greater than. I have 4 guilt tokens. I'm okay. You. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess they do it to the scout again. I was actually expecting them to move towards me, but they don't. So roll again. 2. That's less than my number of guilt tokens. The scout drops their weapon. So what we do is we place one of these disarm tokens on my weapon, and then we throw the weapon like 5 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to go pick that up if I want to get my weapon back. If the showdown ends before I get it back, I still get it back. It's not a big deal. All right. To us. I think I'm just going to kick your ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can just go 1, 2, 3 just in case, right? So let's dash over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Just for good measure. Because I don't like you. And also, at the end of the monster turn, Babs all the way over here gets back up. But it's not going to be important because I'm just going to kick your ass here and now. Bloodghast Guitars. 6s become 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're getting a little dangerous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Good, good, good. What do we got? Don't want to do that. All these are pursues, but unfortunately if I pursue through this smoke, I have to suffer the consequences. So this actually may not be great. 4, 5, 6, 7, twos. Let's just go for the downy throat. Maybe I crit. It's a 9. No crit, but it is a wound. Wound. Dashing in panic, the monster moves 4 spaces away. 1, 2, 3. It would land on you for 4. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and bash. Cool. If still standing, I am, you may pursue the monster. If you do, your aggression is shocking. All survivors, or a survivor with the least skill token gains 1. Now the problem is, pursuing means I get my movement. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I want to pursue and get him, I have to go through the smoke. So I will attempt it into the smoke. If a survivor moves through this, they suffer 2 damage to their body. Oh. Pretty dangerous, and rolls 1d10. On a 6+, they are knocked down coughing. See? Knocked down coughing, I don't get up. Wasted all my time. Okay, let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have you dash 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Longsword. 5s becomes 4s. 1. If you have 7+ guilt tokens, no, I have 3. Strength is good enough, for sure. So that's a wound. That's a guilt. You have 1 health remaining. Let's surge 1 more time. 5s becomes 4s. No 1s, but I get a 1 hit, a singular hit. Nice. Downy gut holding hand. Attempt to wound. 12, well, 12 plus all my stats. Yeah. That's it. Boom. Destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. Again, oh man, I'm super lucky. Typically, whenever I describe Kingdom Death Monsters to someone else, I say that it's a challenging game that's not afraid to kill your characters for rolling a 1. It's just not afraid to do it. You roll a 1 at any point, your character's dead. Too bad. But I've been having such good luck that I'm getting super awesome fighting arts, and I'm completely just invalidating entire showdowns. That's cool. Okay, so it's a level 2 Smog Singer, so a few things happen. 1, everyone gets 2 hunt experience. It's not bad. 2, we'll get our rewards, which is 1 more monster resource and 1 more basic resource than the level 1. And then if I had weapon proficiency, I would gain that. Don't have it yet, so don't get that. When we get back to the settlement, we'll get 2 collective cognition, which will put us to the next level of that. So, first let's see what we get. Basic resources, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Fair spread. Smog Singer resources, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We will be right back and set up the settlement phase. Alright. So, we are returning. And because we're returning, Babs gets a little too eager and takes one of our resources. Which one will we have him take? I'm thinking, I guess, one of these hides. We'll just have him lose that. he would get 1 courage. He's already at maximum courage, so that's not important. Our settlement event is cracks in the ground. A low rumbling fills the settlement. Small cracks in the earth widen into fissures that belch up hot, foul-smelling vapor. I guess we roll a dice here. 8+. You find sharp stone in the rubble left from the quake. Gain 1 founding stone gear. Thanks. The crack prevents all home endeavors. Vapor improves breathing, +1 to the result of nightmare training endeavors. We can also do 2 other things that require a shrine or scarification. Don't care. Not important. There are no other fancy events that happened this year. So we update our timeline, we gain our endeavors, and everyone ranks up. Everyone. Every single person. So we get to go through all the fun of picking out new philosophies for our returners and upgrading the ones that already have them. Forgot about this crab spider. So, Mike, you get Dreamism, meaning that you'll become sleepless and a guardian. And at rank 1, you'll get +1 Lumi and roll 1d10. A 7. A straining ashen tendon twitches in the Dreamkeeper's raised forearm. You raise your own arms experimentally. The gesture fills your body with euphoria. Is this imitation? Worship? You feel strong enough to halve the Dreamkeeper's burdens. The collective dreams of the settlement are yours to keep as well. Gain observation in your tenant knowledge. Okay. We have more people who can possibly get Guardian up to its 2nd level. Unfortunately, I forgot to do that with Babs. The Guardian blinks so slowly that you wonder if in that fractional moment it was dreaming. Gain +1 understanding. Doesn't do much. But otherwise, that's Mike. Okay, not super interesting. Sarah, you get Survivalism 3. Use them. No matter how much you train, you're always a breath away from death. Perhaps you can armor yourself with the frail lives of others. Control your fellow survivors. Gain +1 Lumi and roll 1d10. Gain another +1 Lumi if you have Meat Shield. She does not, so we will roll 9. Expectant faces and warm smiles meet your gaze everywhere you go. Their stupid faces swim out of focus as tears stream down your face. Is this joy? You feel despicable. Gain +3 Lumi, putting it at 6. Our collective cognition at this point is only 8, thanks to the level 2 Smog Singers. So we do not gain any further bonuses. Okay. Not super exciting, but you have a lot of Lumi now. Wonder if we can do something with that later. Babs, you get rank 2 Dreamism, Snoring Mass. You reverently meditate at the Guardian's feet. The Dreamkeeper holds the fates of so many in its hands. Its crooked smile hides the secret of knowing what is to come. You ask for a prophecy of your future. In answer to your prayers, the Guardian shifts its immense weight, plucking a sleeping figure with its brittle black nails. Gain +1 Lumi and roll 1d10. 10. You pull the Dreamer to their feet. Despite their hairlessness and sluggish demeanor, you can see your likeness in them. The Dreamer shares your moment of recognition and collapses in your arms, tearful with relief. Gain +1 population. You and the Dreamer each gain +1 courage and +1 Lumi. Well, Babs, you already so much courage. But alright, 7 Lumi. Congratulations. And we now have some rando who I don't know if they get the newborn bonuses. So this person actually kind of sucks. We'll call them Dream Baby. Or I guess at that point we'll call them Dreamer. I probably will never use them as they do not get the bonuses of Survival of the Fittest or Clan of Death. What the hell do I do with that? Okay, so far these haven't been super interesting. Ben, you get a new philosophy. Facism. Sure. Facism will give you fixated and physiognomy. Then your rank 1 and 2. Stoneheart. As per freaking usual. But I don't think it has to replace anything. I'll look that up, but If I don't have to replace anything, I'm not gaining it. If I do have to replace it, I guess I lose the spare one. Naomi, or Nami. I forget what I called her. I keep calling her Naomi. For some reason, it says Nami on my paper. Whoopsie. Philosophy. Survivalism. Okay. Which reminds me, I didn't even attempt to use Survivalism's tokens, because that would have been Sarah's. So before the encounter ends, I'll use those 2 tokens. It doesn't get her to level 3, but I forgot that. Should have done it. The pot is right. It's fine. So you with Survivalism. Only you. +1 Lumi, roll 1d10. 9? Yeah. It gives you strength training. Thanks to our collective cognition, you also get +1 courage. You already had strength training, woman. Damn it. Yeah, that was all super underwhelming. So let's hide, bone, organ, endeavor. Our innovations will be 1. Ammonia, that's good. Pictograph, nightmare training, sculpture. I think I'll take ammonia. I just need this for leather working in the near future. Leather will be very important for the end game. A pungent bilious substance ideal for crafting leather and treating wounds. Departing survivors gain +1 survival. And add ammonia consequences to the deck. So before I figure out what I do, Babs is a matchmaker. I can just spend 1 endeavor to matchmake and roll on the intimacy chart. So we'll get 2 survivors who have not used their once per lifetime roll. We'll have it be Nami and Babs. You guys are getting pretty close, right? Nami on the right, Babs on the left. 8, thanks to well-fed, becomes a 9. A pair of healthy newborns. The parents beam with pride, gain +2 population. If the settlement has a grand feast, no. 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 Okay. So yeah, 2 babies. 2 babies who will get, on their own, +1 accuracy, +2 strength, +2 evasion. It's crazy. Crazy good. And we have this, although those babies don't have Lumi attached to them. But strength training, fear, and death sense, they're all, well, fear not so much, death sense definitely not so much, but somebody can gain strength training. We'll be right back and decide what we do with all of these resources. Stay tuned. And we're back. So I did a lot of thinking and a lot of pondering, and I haven't reached a very good conclusion. But let's go down the line. First off, collective cognition hit 8. So we get communal larder. We gain the butchery innovation. The settlement is bedecked with neatly ordered hunks of meat. This lantern year departing survivors gain +3 insanity. You may remove the starting knowledges from your knowledge deck. Initially, I wanted to keep them, to upgrade them just to see where they went. But I think this is an opportunity to thin out my deck so that the knowledges that do come up aren't the starting knowledges. They're giving me an out, I'll take it. Fine. I guess I'll never see Hunger 3 and Despair 2 or whatever. I won't see them. But maybe that's for the best because I now have better things out there. Butchery allows us to finally get weapon proficiencies. So when we depart, we can just select one, and then during the encounter, if we wound with that weapon and we are alive at the end of it, we will get 1 proficiency. It also has an endeavor here that's available to get an additional weapon proficiency if you spend an organ and an endeavor once per lifetime. Cute, whatever, fine. We'll try face painting again. 4, yes, we'll get +2 survival, +1 insanity. That way I can bring in the newborns and they'll have some nice bonuses. Could even go a level 2 crocodile, but I don't actually want to fight. As we saw, Smog Singers don't tend to fight back, and I'm okay with that. And that means I can spend this last endeavor on the Dreamkeeper. Now that we have Ammonia, we can take care of him, we can groom him, and give 1 survivor +1 Lumi. I'll just give it to one of the newborns. Alright, cool, great. That is that. I went to the Skinnery and spent 3 hides and 1 organ. I'm using the crab spider from my storage, as well as these that I got today, to now make the leather worker. This will hopefully set me up for the mid to late game, because the leather set is a good set to have. It provides a lot of protection and prevents you from being knocked down via bash, which is a lot of times it happens. Plus, leather in the general sense will be needed in even future armors and weapons. So leather good. Need leather. Get leather. Then we have spending some resources here for a singing breastplate. It's going to replace the rawhide vest that the dredge survivor will have. Then we have the delicate hand and a whistle tooth for razor symbols. That's why I'm not using anything for this singing tongue and fluted severed head. Those will be sent to storage. What else do we have here? Randy spending some Lumi to get strength training. He had hunger 2. I'm not going to send it to hunger 3. Just going to wipe it out, make it strength training. Boom, bam, great. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to give these knowledges to anyone else. So we're pretty much ready for the next hunt, which will be level 2 Smog Singers again. I need more resources, more hides, more leather. And now that we're Collective Cognition 8, we do have access to something on the forum called Mentorship, where we can spend 2 Lumi to give 1 survivor plus 1 experience. Neat. Send people over the edge and give them rank ups, possibly new philosophies, stuff like that. But I don't feel need to do that just yet. I don't think I need to do that, because as cool as ranking up your survivors is, you're also bringing them closer to retirement. So, it's a toss-up there. But otherwise, I didn't get a whole lot this phase, but I think we're really well set up for the future. We have access to leatherworking, we have access to weapon proficiencies, and we're slowly getting this razor symbol combo. Fortunately, I won't make use of it just yet. The scouts can use this for now until I get the second one, in which case I'll replace the Bloodglass Katars for those. I have 2 armor sets that I'm looking to replace, actually 3 of them. A rawhide set I would like to replace entirely. The dredge set I would like to replace entirely. And the Crimson Crocodile set is not great, so I'd like to replace that as well. At this moment, the singing set and the leather set are going to be king. As we've seen, I can definitely handle level 2 Smog Singers. And I can fight 1 more at level 2 and still get a bonus of Collective Cognition. If I try to fight a level 2 Smog Singer a 3rd time, I won't get any bonus Collective Cognition, and I do like that. This Collective Cognition mechanic kind of forces me to vary up my monsters and their levels so that I can keep getting these bonuses. Currently I'm at 8. If I fight another one, it will put me to 10. And the next upgrade is at 13. So not there yet. And it won't be for a while, but we're making steps. And steps are good. But that's it. Enough babbling. I think we're in a good spot. I'm going to pack this all away, and I'll see you next time. If you've been enjoying the series, like, comment, subscribe, do the things. Give me a reason to keep coming back. Fill my brain with dopamine so that I can give you more content. So, truly, thank you for sticking around.